Okay, here we are again. As we said in the last recording, we missed about 3 or 4 weeks. That's about 5 or 6 recordings, so we're doing them all in one day. Rosh Chodesh, Mar Cheshvan is today. So we finished, the last one was 9/23, and Yom Kippur, then we did one just before on Hallel, because Rosh Chodesh they do Hallel. Now we go to the second, I think altogether about 6 or 7 little 10-minute videos. Let's go now, because I want to have on Torah Anytime a little thing about every subject. We don't miss a week or a Yom Tov. The second thing is now, let's go to, after you finish Hallel for today's Rosh Chodesh, we go to Sukkos. Now let's talk about Sukkos in 10 minutes. About Sukkos. What can we say about Sukkos in 10 minutes? Let's talk about this. It says about Sukkos, which is the Zman Simchoseinu, it says, you should take for yourself on the first day the 4 minim. Pri-Eitz Hadar, Kapos Tamarim, means Esrik and Lulav, and Anaf Eitz Avos, the Hadassim, Arvei Nochal, the Arofas. Lekachtem lechem b'yom harishon. It's not the first day of the month, it's the 15th. So, they want to tell us. Yeah, it means the first day of Sukkot, but they want to tell us. Take a hold of yourself on this first day of Sukkot, because Rosh Elul, you were busy doing Shuvah. Rosh Hashanah, Yom Hadin, then the Seres made Shuvah, you were preoccupied with Slichas. And Yom Kippur, you were involved in Shuvah. Now you have 4 days between Yom Kippur and Sukkot. The first day of starting to mingle with people, getting involved with people. Yom Kippur's over. The Kachtim Yom Rishon, the first day where you Cheshvan Avonos, you could come to do certain sins, intermingling, doing things that are not right in business or in speaking things that are not right, or you have to watch your step in business or in life when you go out of the Yom Kippur is over, and the Kachtim Yom Rishon. Watch yourself on this first day of back to the normal year, first day of Sukkot. Sure, the Pshat means the first day of Sukkot, but it means the 15th, but it means the first day of New Cheshvan. Also, they say, the Kachtim Yom Rishon, take a hold of yourself on the first day of the year, Rosh Hashanah. Take a hold of yourself. The Kachtim Lechem b'Yom Rishon, do Tshuva. B'Yom Rishon, the first day of the year, that's a drasha. It's not Pshat. Okay, we're getting back to Sukkot. So now we talk about, it's that pasuk. The Kachtim Yom Rishon, you should take for yourself on the first day these 4 minim. You know that these 4 minim are never mentioned in the Torah anywhere? Nowhere. Nowhere. I don't even think in Tanakh. The word lulav does not exist in Chumash, for sure not. Not Esrog, not Arovas, not Adassim. Maybe they're Aramaic. Lulav is Aramaic. Esrog, we call it Pri-Eitz Hadar. So what means Pri-Eitz Hadar? A fruit of a beautiful tree. Why do they say Pri-Hadar Me'etz? Beautiful tree. It's a fruit. Answer is no. This is the only tree in the world where Pri and Eitz are Hadar. The fruit and the wood, the stem, the bark, tastes like the esrog, where the tam of the peri and the wood is the same. Pri-Eitz Hadar. That's one of the 5 explanations. Another one is Pri-Eitz, a fruit of a tree that Hadar, that lives on the tree 2 or 3 years before you pick it. Hadar. It's the only esrog tree, is the only tree where the fruit comes before the blossom. Means the next year's blossom comes when the old last year's esrog is still there. Pri-Eitz Hadar means one fruit. Pri of Eitz Hadar. They say the Eitz Hadas in Gan Eden was esrog, because it's something beautiful. The wood, it tastes and smells like the fruit, and also a esrog is oval. Some say it was an apple. That's also something oval, right? Well, a potato is also called Eitz Ho'adama, Pri Adama. In Yiddish, erd apple, a ground apple. Anything nafuch could be an apple, Eitz could be esrog, could be a grape, which is also blown up. It could be a chita, a piece of wheat. Pri-Eitz Hadar, they say the Eitz was esrog. And that's the only tree, that was the only fruit that remains till today with the wood and the fruit taste the same. I guess it was all of them was like that. Pre-Eitz Hadar, the fruit of a beautiful tree. Take that. That's one of them. Then comes kapos tamarim. One lulav. Kapos is two. I know, but it's written without a vav. But without the vav, it's kapos. It's written chav pays up, but the dot on top cholim. That's kapos plural, but it's written chav pays soft. Means could be pronounced if you have no vowels. Kapas. So we learned one. We learned one from that. Then we have Arafet's office, 3 words, 3 hadassim. And it would be 3 little leaves on each little bud. And Arvei Nochal, 2 arovos. Now we have a problem. If it says in the pasuk, Lakachtem Kem Yom Rishon, take on the first day of Sukkos, Pri-Eitz Hadar, that's number 1. And it's the most expensive, you know, that compared to the lulav and hadassim and arovos. So comes the Bamba Kasha, if it's the most expensive, and it's mentioned first. Why do you make the bracha on the second one? Al Tilas Lulav, which is very cheap. Where I go, I get my lulav free. I pay for that, so I get the lulav free. And an immature date palm, please. You know, it's not very expensive. But a Pri-Eitz Hadar, that takes 2 or 3 years to grow on the tree. It has to have no marks on it, be shaped a certain way, and all these 8 different things. So if it's so important, why do you make Al Tilas Lulav? Answer: because the lulav has 3 mitzvahs and the esrog has 1. Lulav, hadassim, arovos, 3 to 1. That's why you make al netilas lulav, and it's higher. And it represents your backbone, the spine. You're not supposed to bend over to the Eitz Hadar to give in to anything. And that makes you a proud Jew. You never give in. Yes, never again will we bend to assimilation and all these averos. So, the reason we say al tilos lulav, because of that reason I gave you. The pri represents the heart. That's the tzaddik who does mitzvahs and learns Torah. The lulav represents the man, the proud Jew, because it has date palms, dates, but it has the good smell. He does mitzvahs. The hadassim is a person, the thing that smells very good, but it has no berries. That's the people that learn a lot of Torah, but no mitzvahs. And arovos is no smell and no taste, no buds, no fruit. A Russia does no mitzvahs, and he doesn't learn any Torah, he doesn't do any mitzvahs. The tzaddik, the esrog, has smell and taste. That's the tzaddik who does mitzvahs and learns Torah. The lulav comes from a day palm. It has taste but no smell. He does mitzvahs but he doesn't learn Torah. Hadassim is a guy that learns Torah but doesn't do any mitzvahs. So you have all 4 minim together. We need the Klal Yisrael like that. We have the better ones, the not so good ones, and all together. As long as you're not a kofar and the atheist, you're part of the group. Seaboard, tzaddikim, benish, and rishoyim. Tzaddik, benini, Russia. You're part of the Klal Yisrael. As long as you're not an atheist. Even if you don't keep Shabbos, you're not a kofar. You belong to the Klal. Put them together, hold them together, and you put the esrog on the left side next to the worst guys. They are robbers. That's right. The biggest tzaddik should associate with for kira purposes to the biggest rishoyim. Preaching to the choir, they don't come to from FFB, tell them about Torah and the Shemaim. You're talking to the choir. Talk to a person who doesn't know anything. That's why the esrog, the biggest tzaddik with the smell and the taste, and he represents the heart, the real good Jew. He's next to the left side. The lulav's on the right hand. This is on the left side. First of all, it's on the right hand because he made a tilas lulav and it has more mitzvahs, 4 mitzvahs. This is 1 mitzvah. But the tzaddik should be next to the Russia there, or the person who doesn't learn Torah. So that takes care of the sukkah and the arba minim. All right. Now we go into the next year because we have to do 6 shurim, each one 15 minutes. And we're going to go, next thing after this will be Hoshana Rabbah, okay? We'll take it up in a few minutes.